Welcome to the lair of the Batty Boffin.
Hi there Batty fans, it's time for one of the series of maths videos from the Batty Boffin. This one's all about Pythagoras. Now in this video I'm not actually going to do any Pythagoras or use it at all, I'm just going to show you where it comes from. Now this involves quite a bit of algebra in it, so if your algebra's not so hot and you're not quite so sure you're just starting, then maybe skip past this and come back to it later on. But if your algebra's up and hot and you want to know where it comes from, this is it, it's really quite interesting. Now, Pythagoras was a kind of ancient Greek guy, and frankly they hadn't got a lot to do in ancient Greek. No telly, no pizza, so they did a lot of maths. Pythagoras wasn't actually the guy who invented this, it just got stuck to his name because he ran a school. A bit like Batty Boffin, but with not quite so many videos. And there's lots of ways of demonstrating where it comes from, but this one's my particular favourite because I like to think that could a tiling pattern, the kind of thing that you could get, you know, in the baths and things like that. And I can imagine old Pythagoras sitting there stroking his beard and looking up at that tiling pattern. I'm thinking, you know, that big square is made from the small square plus 4 of the triangles. Which is quite true. Big square equals a little square plus 4 triangles. Now you might not think that's particularly earth-shattering, but if you write that in maths, something magic happens. So what we're going to do here is we're going to label up those sides and we're going to call them A, B and C because they could be any lengths at all. You know, that could be 4 and that could be 2, or that could be 8 and that could be 6, or, you know, anything you like. Depends how big you want to have that square in the middle. So we're going to label them up, and this is a place for you to pause the video. So what we're going to do is we're going to label that side, the short bit of this right angle triangle, as A, and this, so that's A going there, and this longer bit here as B. So that means that that side is also a B. And then we're going to label this slopey side here as C. So what I'd like you to do now is to draw out this diagram. It's just a big square with a little square kind of tilted in it, and label up all the short side of the triangles as A, or the long side of the triangles as B, and the slopey sides as C. So pause the triangle and do that now. Welcome back. Your diagram should look like this, with the A's and the B's and the C's. Oh, missed one off. And the C's for all of those little right angle triangles. So what we're going to do now is write out the area of the big square, the little square and the triangle in algebra. So I'll do them in colour. So the big square. Now the big square is actually the trickiest one here. The side of the square is A plus B. So when we want the area of the square, we do A plus B for one side times by A plus B for the other side. So it's A plus B times by A plus B, and that gives you the area of the big square. We'll simplify that later. And that is equal to the area of the small square. Now that's a lot easier, so I'd like you to fill that in. Pause the video and do that now, please. Okay, the area of the small square is just C squared. Hopefully you got that. Now for the triangles, the area of a triangle, just a quick little note down here, area of any triangle is half times the base times the height. Half of the base times the height is the area of a triangle. There are other videos on that if you're not too sure about that. So here's a triangle, here's the base, and here's the height. So using that formula, could you please fill in, and I'm going to use blue, the area of one of the triangles just here. Pause the video and do that now. Right, the area of a triangle is half times the base of the triangle which is A, times the height of the triangle, which is B. And of course we've got 4 of those triangles, so I'm going to times it by 4. So just to recap, that is the area of the big square, the height, A plus B, times the width, A plus B. The area of the big square is equal to the little square, C squared, plus 4 triangles, half times base times height. Okay, we're going to do a bit of simplifying on that. Now, if you haven't done multiplying out 2 brackets, don't worry about it. There are other Batty Boffin videos that will tell you how to do that. If you do know, then you can follow me as I do it. I'm just going to do it for you now. So, multiplying out these 2 brackets, we have an A times an A, that's an A squared, an A times a B, that's an AB, a B times an A, that's a BA, which is the same as an AB, and a B times a B, which is B squared. And that is equal to C squared, we'll just leave that as C squared, and over here 4 times a half times A times B. That's equal to 2AB. Now the eagle-eyed among you will have spotted that some of the things cancel on here. We've got an AB plus an AB, that's 2AB, and over here we've got a 2AB. So we are going to subtract 2AB from that side, and whatever you do on the left you do on the right. We're going to subtract 2AB from that side, which means that that and that all disappear, which leaves us with, on the left hand side, A squared plus B squared equals, on the right hand side, C squared. Ta-da!